Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a rear window regulator on a 2003 Nissan Frontier. It's pretty much the same for model years 2001 through 2004, and it's also the same operation for the left side and on the right side. For this repair, you will need a new window regulator from 1AAuto, a 10mm socket and ratchet, small flat blade screwdriver, and a Phillips screwdriver. Locate the two Phillips head screws in the door handle there. Remove those with your Phillips head screwdriver. I'll fast forward as I do that. Using a small flat blade screwdriver, pry between the outer door handle trim and the door handle itself and pop it free. Get your fingers in between the door panel and the door itself and pry it free of the plastic clips that are holding it on. Press in the tab that holds the connector to the switch. Now peel back on the vapor barrier. And I'll fast forward as I do that.
Okay, the window regulator on our truck is actually fine, so we're just going to actually power it down a little bit. But these are cable actuated regulators, and what happens is the cable breaks, and when that happens, you can basically just grab the window and move it up and down manually. And what you'll want to do is get it into a position where you can remove the two 10mm bolts that hold the window to the regulator.
Now with the glass free, slide it up and have some tape ready and tape it in the up position as you can see here so it doesn't fall down while you're doing your regulator. Now go ahead and locate the two 10mm on the top that hold the window regulator in place, and then the two 10mm on the bottom that hold it down there, as well as the three that hold the motor in place. I'm using my 10mm socket and socket wrench to remove those two on the top, two on the bottom, and then three that hold the motor in place. I'll fast forward as I do that. And with those bolts out, now you can disconnect the motor from the wiring harness on the car, and then that harness is actually held in place with a little clip on the back, so if you put your hand inside the door panel and squeeze it, it'll disconnect that. And once you've done that, you can lift your motor up off of its two little tabs that hold it in place, and then twist your regulator down. And if you actually turn it around the opposite way than you see here, you'll see in just 1 second, turn it so that it's that way, it comes out much easier. And go ahead and pull out your regulator. And here you get a good view of the old part and the new part from 1AAuto. It's exactly the same, and it's designed to go in and fit just the way as the factories did.
Okay, slide the regulator up into place. And up at the top of the regulator rail, you wanted to transfer the bolt from your old regulator to the new one, and then you can see we're kind of just working it through the hole and then slide it forward right there. And then he's going to reach in behind and put the motor, there's a couple tabs that hold the motor into place on the door.
Reinstall all the bolts that you took out and tighten them down with your 10mm wrench. Fast forward as I do that. And now you can go ahead and take the tape off and slide your glass down, and you'll see where the two tabs meet the regulator. Pull the wiring harness through and connect it with the wiring harness on the door. Now line up the two holes in the regulator and the glass and reinstall your two 10mm bolts. I'll fast forward as I do that. Now go ahead and reinstall the vapor barrier. Going back on with the door panel, you'll notice the plastic clips and the corresponding holes in the door. You'll want to have those line up, but first install your connector to your switch pack there. Hang the top of the door panel on the door, line up the clips, and then go ahead and give it a couple taps to seat those. Now go ahead and reinstall your door handle / armrest there, and I'll go ahead and fast forward as I do that. And now reinstall the trim that goes around your door handle.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.